Good afternoon, all students in the house. So we have a question we want to solve here. The question states, a ball of mass 0.15 kg is kicked against a rigid vertical wall with a horizontal velocity of 50 meters per second. If it rebounds with a horizontal velocity of 30 meters per second, this rebound velocity now. Calculate the impulse of the ball on the ball. So this question is very simple and straightforward. Solution. Now, we are given the mass of the ball. The mass of the ball is equal to 0.15 kilogram. Now, I've been told that the ball is kicked against a rigid vertical wall with a horizontal velocity of 50 meters per second. So that is the initial velocity. Assuming this is the vertical wall, the rigid wall, this is the ball. The ball, as it hits this particular vertical wall, the initial velocity equals to 50 meters per second in this direction. Now, as the ball hits the rigid wall, initial velocity is equal to 50 meters per second. So that is the velocity of the approach. Now, we are being told, further, if it rebounds with a horizontal velocity of 30 meters per second, that is the rebound velocity as the ball hits the rigid wall. Now, the rebound velocity equals to 30 meters per second. But the 30 we have here must be attached with a negative sign because the motion of the ball is against the source of the motion. That's going to be minus. That will be minus 30 meters per second. Now, that's our V. Minus 30 meters per second. So we are asked to calculate the impulse. What is impulse? Impulse simply means the application of a large force over a short period of time. That is the product of a force and time. That is the meaning of impulse. And furthermore, we can also say impulse is equivalent to change in momentum. That's from the Newton's second law of motion. How does that relate with each other? We can see that from Newton's second law of motion, we can say F equals to N V minus N U divided by T. So we can now have Ft equals to N V minus N U. What does the Ft represent? The Ft represents the impulse. While the N V minus N U represents change in momentum. So can you see now? So we can apply this formula to calculate the impulse of that particular ball. So the formulas are interconnected to each other. So now let's apply the formula now. The impulse will now be what? Mv minus Mu. Now what is our M? Our M is 0.15, right? Then times the final velocity is equal to minus 30. Then minus 0.15 times, so the U we have is 50. So we now have, here we have, so 0.15 simply means, so when 0.1, so this one simply means 3 over 20. So this one is 3 over 20 times what? Times minus 30. So 0 becomes 0 here. So we have minus then 3 over 20 times 50. 0 becomes 0 here. So here now, 3 times minus 3 will give us minus 9. Minus 9 over 2. Then minus. Now 3 times 5 gives us what? 15. 15 over 2. So let's find the SN. The SN is what? 2. That gives us minus 9 minus 15. Right? So minus 5 minus 15 will give us minus 24 over 2. So the answer gives us what? Minus 12 Newton seconds. So taking the negative we have, because the negative we have here really shows that the direction of the impulse is towards the opposite, right? So we can say our value of the impulse is equal to 12 Newton seconds. 12 Newton seconds. That's option B. Option B. So that is the value of the impulse. Though we know that the impulse is in opposite direction. And don't forget that impulse is an example of a vector quantity. A vector quantity. So that's the reason behind that. So the minus 12 we have here, we will now change to what? To 12 Newton seconds. So the negative will now be attached to the impulse itself. So that is why the answer here equals to 12 Newton seconds. 12 Newton seconds. So that's the value of the impulse. Thank you very much.